I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33, and I am currently making my way through this epic gem of a book, Reality Transurfing. And this book, I've done a video before on one of the concept of pendulums in this book. And this book essentially is addressing the concept of quantum physics, the practical concept of quantum physics, which is how our mind influences our physical reality. And this is essentially what the community of manifestation explores. And many people get into manifestation, we get into these principles because we want something. There's something we desire in our lives that is not showing up. And I'm a passionate man. I go after what I want. I burn with desire on a regular basis. But the paradox of that, which is explained in this book through essentially this law of balanced forces, is that the more we want something, the more intense our desire is, the more we tend to push away that thing that we want. Now, I find desire, again, is a powerful fuel for action to get us moving in the right direction. But the way this book addresses it is when we put an inflated sense of importance on attaining something, then we tend to push it away from us. Whereas if we have the idea of, it would be great if we attain this thing, it'd be great if this works out, but if it doesn't, I'm okay with that too. As the great televangelist Rod Parsley says, I appreciate you, but I don't need you. Then if we are moving in flow and action towards that desire, then our chances of manifesting it, of attaining it, are greater because there's no resistance. Again, the manifestation world looks at this as when we put this inflated sense of attachment on something, we create more resistance. And another word for being able to to balance the forces is detachment. So say what you want, put what you want out there, but at some point you need to detach from it. That's why it's much easier when there are things in our lives that are insignificant that seem to come out of the blue. Would it be nice if this happened? Wouldn't it be nice if that happened? I mean, just the other day, I was just thinking of an old friend I haven't talked to, driving around a street that he used to live on. We used to watch pro wrestling pay-per-views many, many years ago. And then I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I heard from Scott? And then, boom, out of the blue, get a message from him on Facebook, which he never uses. But again, wouldn't it be nice? Not a big sense of importance put on it. But much of the time in my life, the things that I put a big sense of importance on, having a crush on somebody, having big dreams that I would go after and obsessively pursue, didn't come to pass because the ability to let go was like I wasn't able to let go. And then sometimes I would go for something with an intensity, then let it go, and it would show up because of that detachment, because of the balanced forces. But usually what I'm finding in my life, if I still have this intense desire, this intense attachment to bringing this, whatever it may be in my life, whether it be a specific person, whether it be the accumulation of wealth, the manifestation of a creative dream, as long as that sense of attachment is there and feeling like I need this to happen for my life to be okay, for me to be okay, then it doesn't happen. And this is because the forces are imbalanced, according to Vadim Zeland, the author of Reality Transurfing. So to balance the forces of our desires, we have to detach. And we do that by just taking the importance off, which is very hard when we have this intense importance of this in our mind, but we have to somehow be able to take our importance off that thing. So some techniques to actually do that are simply redirecting. Again, quantum physics and manifestation, it's all about using our mind. So if our mind is obsessing over something, then maybe then we have to learn how to redirect our thoughts to other things, other places, other elements of our lives that have real emotional content. Again, the Bruce Lee word, real emotional content, is the key. Insignificant things are not going to do it. We have to have other significant elements of our lives we can redirect our intentions and our focus to, that have some emotional content that we don't have as much importance on. So emotional content without the inflated sense of importance. And once again, when we've set the wheels in motion for our desire, but then we start to detach from it, then a lot of the times it works out. I mean, that really has been my experience. I've had some amazing things work out for me that at some point I just didn't believe they would, because I went for it, got denied, but then I was able to detach at some point, and then something that seemed miraculous that was important to me worked out, but only after I took the importance off of it. When we're in a flow state too, we tend to be very successful in our lives. We tend to attract good things. We tend to create good things. But the flow state, again, there's detachment. We're not attached to anything. We're moving towards the goal in a flow state, but we are in the moment. We're present. When we have an inflated sense of importance on something or someone, then we're always in our heads. We're not present. We're out of the moment. And this is part of why we push it away, is we're not being. We're putting everything somewhere else. And again, the great manifestation paradox is stating what we want, stating our intent, what we do desire, but then being able to let it go. I should say, state the intent, move towards being the person that you need to be, that's going to make sense to attract it, doing the actions, steps in your life, and then detach, bring the importance down, let it be, and you just be. So this is the principle. This is the principle of balancing forces, and why when we have an inflated importance on something we want, we create an imbalance and we push it away. So with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. Hope this was helpful. Be strong, be well. I'll see you on the other side.